I just got out of the cinema from watching Creed 3, and the film was surprisingly great. I shouldn't say surprisingly, seeing as the first two were great as well, but I was genuinely surprised as it was Michael B. Jordan's first time directing, and I wasn't sure how he'd do making his directorial debut a $100 million budget blockbuster that he also starred in. But it was great, and I was genuinely surprised with his ability as a director. In this video, I'm going to break down why Creed 3 was an absolute breath of fresh air when it comes to modern day blockbusters and high budget filmmaking, and why Michael B. Jordan might just end up being one of the best directors in Hollywood off the back of just one movie. So firstly, what I loved most about Creed 3 was how artistic the movie truly was. It wasn't afraid to take risks, and you could clearly see Michael B. Jordan had a clear vision for this film. He made certain choices when it came to cinematography that I haven't seen before in any sport film or any film in general, to be honest. And that really shocked me, as I expected him in his directorial debut to play it safe and cater to what the audience of the Rocky and Creed franchise were used to. However, he clearly had something to say with this movie and used choices with the cinematography and score to get it across. One major risk he took with the cinematography was to slow down certain moments during the fight scenes and have quick cutaways between each of the opponent's eyes, which was clearly anime inspired, and that's another thing I loved about Creed 3, was how Michael B. Jordan wasn't afraid to pay homage and show us what inspires him as an artist. It's so common for filmmakers to steal or copy from other artists or genres, but never actually show us that they are doing that, and they try to pass it off as their own idea or invention. But Michael B. Jordan makes it a point in this film to show us that he is paying homage to anime with the cinematography, as he even has Naruto posters in his childhood room. He also uses music as another way to pay homage to LA, as he clearly is inspired by LA for Creed and uses a lot of LA-based artists in the score. Especially when it comes to the Ring Walk song choices, he uses a lot of Nipsey Hussle, who is held in such high regard among the rap community in LA, so that was really cool to watch. Another thing I loved about Creed 3 was how much the movie respected the boxing industry, as many boxing films feel as if they are just using the sport as a way to get across the point of the story, or as a way to make a sport film cool, but they never really showed much respect to actual boxing, or paid any sort of homage to the real industry. Whereas Michael B. Jordan uses real boxers in this movie, as well as real boxing sport shows. As a boxing fan myself, I really enjoyed seeing a movie pay its respects to boxing, and I lost count how many references the film makes in the background to the actual boxing industry. But it really did make the movie feel grounded in reality, and not some heightened, melodramatic version of boxing, but rather something that felt real. But by far the best part of the movie was Jonathan Majors, who in recent years has really proven himself to be one of the best character actors in Hollywood, and showed his full range both physically and emotionally in Creed 3. A lot of people have been raving about his performance in Ant-Man, however, I would say that this is his best performance yet, and I cannot wait to see where he goes with his career in the future. The one drawback the film has though is its pacing. The third act definitely feels a little rushed when compared to the first two, and ends up making the final climax and boxing fight not as emotionally intense as I would have hoped. In a way, the final climax of the movie didn't quite feel earned, and it felt like the slow intensity that was being built throughout the movie randomly sped up and jumped 2 steps towards the end. However, I won't hold this against Michael B. Jordan, as I heard the studio cut about 30 minutes of the film, so it wouldn't be any longer than 2 hours for monetary reasons, which is a shame because you definitely feel that in the third act. However, the film is still enjoyable and all in all was a great watch. I would give this movie a solid 8.5 out of 10, but if the third act was nailed, it would have easily been a 9.5 to a 10 out of 10. As always, I hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you all on my next one.